Hey guys, this is Blake and welcome back to my channel, and I'm so glad you're here as I continue to take you on my journey of healing for 2026. And so glad that that you're here, a part of this with me. And I'm gonna take a minute. The last few videos I kind of brought you up to speed and told you about my past and some of our relationships, but these next couple of videos I want to talk about the dating group, but I want to address some of the comments on there and just kind of share my side of the story, if you will, and take some ownership and accountability for some things that I've done that might have been wrong or hurtful in some way, and just really be accountable, and take ownership. So I'll start and kind of go one by one, if that's okay. And the first one is the comment was something like, all his pictures are selfies and they're all filtered, right? They got all filters pictures, and I take ownership of that. What you don't see on there, though, is unfortunately I battled skin cancer. I've had 4 surgeries on my face, and I'm happy to report that my cancer is gone, and I don't have any no spreading or anything like that, which is great. But to have your face kind of gashed open 4 times in 4 spots, it can take your self-esteem down a little bit, or be more self-conscious of your face, if that makes sense. So it's just a way for me to kind of honestly just mask my scars, if you will. And I know that's no excuse, but that's why. My goal as I get through this healing and like maybe decide to get back out there and date later on down the road one day, is to get to a point where I can just not have to worry about that anymore, and just be myself, and share my heart and my personality. And so I'm not there yet, but eventually when I get done healing, that's going to be my next step that I do. Okay. I'll talk about a couple of things. And one person on there is somebody who works with me in my industry, and this one kind of hurt me honestly, because she had put on there, like, it was just strange, and a couple comments, and it was so hurtful because guess what? I didn't even go on a date with her. So that hurt me really bad, and let me explain. I had a buddy of mine that got some tickets to a concert, and he reached out and got the concert tickets. And I put a post on my social media, and I said, would anybody like to go to this concert with me? I have an extra ticket. And she responded, and I was like, great, you live really close by to the place, and I could swing by and pick you up and go and then bring you home. And that's exactly what we did. And it wasn't a date. As a matter of fact, I was trying to help her as a friend because she had a lot of plumbing issues and she was stressed terribly about it. And I was trying to comfort her with that and help her with that. And I said, I have plumbing friends I can have, come over and help you. And I was just trying to do everything I could to be a friend for her. She's attractive, and if I knew that she wanted to go actually on a date with me, I guess I could have asked her on a date afterwards, but that wasn't the intention. The intention was just to go go to the concert and come back home. So you see how it gets portrayed on there, but that's not really what happened. And that's true too. I had tickets to a comedy, same thing, got some tickets to a comedy show, and it was out of town, and I asked somebody to go, just as friends. And I said, I'll get you your own room. I'll take care of everything. I'll be respectful to you, and just to go, just because I didn't want to go by myself. And that kind of got put on there, like I felt uncomfortable, and it was, etc. And I'm just trying to be a gentleman. I was just trying to, make her feel safe and comfortable. And it kind of, I guess, it backfired. I felt like I was being a true gentleman and offering, gosh, this man's getting me my own room. He's going to take care of everything, and I'm going to go to the show as friends, right? It wasn't a date. But it gets portrayed on there one way, and she's my friend now, and she's apologized, and we've talked about it, and I think it was just my heart was in the right place, and and I was trying my very best to help her and go and have a good time, and then that happened. So I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I'm so sorry. But so that just gives you an example of what I'm kind of talking about. And my heart means well, and it just gets portrayed in a wrong way, unfortunately. Ghosting. I take full ownership of anybody that I might have ghosted, and I'm so sorry for that. when you're getting on online dating and you're trying to learn through it, sometimes it can be a challenge, right? And I guess at the time I'm so tenderhearted, I don't know how to tell somebody no, or end something. So if you just ghost them, I guess that's the easy way out. But I've learned from that, and I will never, ever, ever ghost another person in my entire life. And men, I urge you to never do that. If you go out with somebody and there's not a connection, and for whatever reason you're not going to see them again, be respectful. Let them know that, hey, I appreciate you. We've had a great, excuse me, a great date, and I wish you the best. But do it with class, do it with respect, and it'll mean so much to them, and it'll it's just about being respectful. So I've learned that, and I'm sorry if I ghosted anyone. I'm so sorry for that, and I've learned from it, and it's made me a better person, and it'll make me a better partner moving forward in my next relationship. Somebody on there put, I guess, got too sexual too soon, or was asking sexual questions too soon. I take ownership of that, and let me tell you why. I think when you're on a date and you're getting to know someone, yes, you're having good conversation, you're getting to know them as a person, but I think as it goes on, you want to kind of see if there's a connection intimately too, right? You want to make sure that you kind of have a connection, and I've learned that I guess I was in the wrong there. What I've learned moving forward is to take time and wait till you're you've gone out, you've really had some great dates before that ever gets brought up, and be respectful to that person. Even though my heart was, in the right place and I didn't mean anything by just trying to find out, what do you find attractive on a man, and vice versa, it still could come across to a woman in a wrong way. And for that, I'm sorry. I will tell you this, if I ever do I'll never get back on online dating, but if I get back out there, I will make sure I can go ahead and let you guys know, ladies, I will never bring up anything sexual. You will have to be the first one to ask me what I find attractive on a woman or whatever, because I've learned. And it's just part of, I guess, growing up and maturing and being respectful to that person. But it came from a place of just trying to communicate and learn what you think's attractive on a man, or vice versa, on a woman. So men, I urge you to take time and not rush, and get to know that person, their heart and who they are and their spirit. And and if there's a connection after a few dates and you want to kind of go down that path, do it with respect and class, but do it when she feels comfortable. Make sure it's something that you don't cross that line until it's maybe she brings it up, or maybe she flirts with you a little bit, maybe. And I've learned that. So I'm sorry for that very much. Leaving corny voice messages or something to that effect. Here's the deal. I am on the road commuting all the time. I commute to and from work. So I have to send voice messages. It's part of who I am. I can't help it, unfortunately, and I will always do that. I'm one of those kind of hopeless romantic guys where I'll send a message that says, hey, good morning, have a great day, or hey, I just want to let you know you look beautiful in that dress, or good night, whatever. I'm constantly wanting to send messages and let you know that I'm thinking about you. And I know a couple of ladies on here said, oh, it's love bombing. And I disagree, and let me tell you why. I believe that those particular women need to be healed too. I believe those women are not used to having a good man who's romantic and knows how to treat a woman and is showing them romance and doing kind things and compliment them and lifting them up. They're not used to it. So when a man comes along that starts doing that, it's like, wow, that's awkward, that's weird, and that kind of thing. So I think a lot of these women, like myself, they need to heal. They need some healing to do, and maybe I know